we can do some Tong Leng. So we could actually try somebody that makes us nervous or that we make nervous. Do you have somebody in your life?
One.
Yeah, one is enough to take in this meditation. Like somebody that now with this attitude that we have, we're not so afraid of being harmed by this person. We're more afraid that we get angry and then harm back. This would be the method that I said. This is a very good way to protect yourself. Not to protect yourself that the other will stop. This is not mind training, you know. This is going to war and going battle and fighting. This is the worldly attitude. I want to protect myself so that the other one stops to harm me. In a bodhisattva way of thinking, somebody is a friend that you have friendly feelings towards, not somebody who is helping you. That person can hate you. And somebody becomes an enemy is somebody that you have unfriendly feelings towards. So that can be somebody who helps you, but you don't like the person and you push that person away. So this is why a bodhisattva doesn't have, or shouldn't have, or trains the mind so in order not to have enemies anymore. Now it's not about letting down your caution and become totally trusting when you know somebody is not trusting. It's not about removing yourself from somebody's presence when they're constantly out to harm you. It's not about that. It's about inner attitude. Most of these things are inner attitude. Sometimes we feel that behaving in that way is not skillful and it's really not helpful, but the inner attitude is always friendly. Yeah? So in order to protect us, when somebody dislikes us, we have a tendency to react with aggression. Either kind of passive-aggressive, we withdraw, we don't talk to the person anymore, or active-aggressive, like we start to shout and we start to harm them. So that's what you want to be protected from. So this goes into this, right at the beginning, you remember the three objects, the three poisons, and the three attitudes, that I'm taking them. Like the aggression of the other person that is against you, now this needs some strength, okay? So again, if you don't want to do it, don't do it, it's fine. But if you have a wish or an attitude or an aspiration not to act with either passive-aggressive or active-aggressive anymore in the future, that your mind becomes stable and sane no matter what other people do to you. You see, we think aggressiveness helps us to be not aggressed anymore. It's such a stupid view. The more you are aggressive, the more you wake the aggressiveness in others. People at the beginning, when you stop being aggressive, they're still aggressive. But I think if you really want them to stop being aggressive, you have to stop first. And it doesn't mean that immediately they feel it and they stop. As I said, this woman that I was really not nice to, she was very cautious and she was also aggressive towards me. She didn't feel it, and it took quite a while, a few months, and we worked together for her to trust me. Yeah? But I didn't act anymore with, it wasn't ping pong anymore. So now we're very good friends. Now both of us have very friendly feelings towards each other. So if you want that, if you want a mind that whomever you see, your heart opens, then do this meditation. If you think that it's dangerous for your life, if you think that no, this is stupid and everybody then will exploit me, then don't do it. Yeah? If you would like to be able to act in each situation, whether people are kind to you or they're unkind to you or not interested in you, to be able to act with a stable, open mind, then do this. If you think, no, I don't want to become like that, then don't do it. Because you will become like that. This is the thing. Not immediately, of course. So, you choose your object. It can be, again, it can be yourself. That you give your future self, you take away all the suffering from your future self, you take away all the aggression, attachment, anxiety of your future self, you put it on your self-cherishing, it explodes it, and then you breathe out all your well-being and happiness and sanity, relaxation that you have at the moment. This is okay. You can do this as long as you want. When you're ready and you think, no, I think I'm okay, I take a friend, you take a friend. If you think you're ready, take the antagonist. And you feel that aggression that comes towards you, and you think, at all costs, may this person be free from that aggression. May this person be free from that aversion towards me. Again, not because of you, so I'm protected, because it's not nice when somebody doesn't like us, isn't it? It's not a nice feeling when you're at the other end of the stick. But you can't control that person. Allow them to have aversion towards you. We also have aversion towards other people. It's another instinct that we have, impulse. Everybody should like me. Why? Why? It's totally irrational. It's more pleasant when they like me because they do what I want them to do and they don't criticize me. So that's very nice. But I don't grow. This is why Atisha, on purpose, he took a very rude cook to Tibet, because he said, you know, he heard that all the Tibetans are very kind and very gentle, so he said, and then I don't have an object to train with. And then at the end he said, actually I didn't have to take them. I didn't have to take him, there was also Tibetans who were not kind and gentle. So
I read it yesterday in this book by Pema Chodron.
Okay, that example.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
About the cook.
Yeah, about the cook. He couldn't cook and he was very rude. So the people say, why do you keep him? He said, to train. That's mind training. Instead of chasing them away, you invite them to your home. You see, then you don't have to be afraid of anybody anymore. It's the same with criticism. You invite criticism. You ask people, come on, you know, not aggressive like this. You say, if there's anything I'm doing that is disturbing you, let me know. And then, of course, if they do and then you still hurt, then, okay? But if you're honest and you think, I want to grow, I need to know what I'm doing wrong, I need to know what disturbs people in my behavior, therefore you open it. Very often, nobody says anything. What it does, the situation relaxes. Because people need to tell you something, but they don't know how, because they don't want to hurt you, or they're afraid of you, or blah, blah, blah. The moment you start to open, the situation relaxes, and then you don't need to talk about these things anymore, because, you see, we don't have to change people. We only have to like them. And then the situation is finished for us. Then the problem is finished. But no, we prefer to change them. So we want to change, I don't know how many million people so that they do what I want them to do, instead of putting effort in only changing one mind. And we put so much effort into changing others, or at least wishing for them to change. All we have to do is change our mind. Shantideva's example of this, do you remember?
Leather.
Huh?
Leather.
The letter, you remember? You can tell the others?
That we don't have enough money or enough resources to put leather across the whole room, but we can put it on the
No. There's two ways to protect your shoes. It's going in the right direction, but it's kind of not quite right. So there is two ways to protect your feet from being pricked when you walk on the ground. You can either cover the whole world with leather, or wherever you go, you cover it with leather. And then he says, but there probably is not enough leather to cover the whole world. Or you can put on shoes. Now, what is the method of putting on shoes? Where do you put your shoes on?
Mind training.
Mind training. That's it. You welcome these difficult people. Because you want to train. Same as if you are a kite surfer. It's totally uninteresting if there is no waves. We are kind of the mind training person who wants an easy life is like the kite surfer who goes when there's no wind, because then it's easy. If you have a paddleboard, you just stand there and paddle. It looks okay, but to me it looks pretty boring, these paddleboards, to be honest. It's too easy. You never see the joy and the happiness of a paddleboarder that you see in a skateboarder. So, these people become the waves and the wind. So we're not getting angry at them, we welcome them. But it's not to let down your caution. When they're really dangerous, we get out of their way. We practice Tong at home.
Another question, but I just call, we can call people who annoy us or whatever, they're inefficient teachers.
They're inefficient.
No, like official, inefficient, unofficial.
Official or unofficial?
The opposite of
Unofficial.
efficient.
Okay.
Yeah. Inefficient.
Not official what?
Yeah. Teachers.
Oh, teachers.
Official teachers.
Yes, how do you know?
And other
Who's
teachers.
a teacher, who's not?
By knowing the Dharma. By knowing that what they're telling you, that is what it says in the scriptures. That's the only way you know.
So you have to know the Dharma.
Yeah. Of course. That's the only way you can check. It's the only way. Simple. Because that you can do. It's nothing esoteric or whatever. When you know what the person is saying, that's what it says. It has to do with the Four Noble Truths. It's according to the Four Noble Truths. Every Buddhist teacher, the teaching should be based on the Four Noble Truths. If it goes into all kinds of directions, then... So, of course, you need to study to know. Okay. So, you think, which person are you going to take? Okay, then you go into meditation posture. Straight back, full of self-confidence. Wow, I have been admitted into the family of mind trainers. Isn't that wonderful? I just got the membership card that will never expire. Even as a fully enlightened Buddha, I will still be a compassionate person, a brave person, a courageous person, a sane person, a free person. Try to use these words that could inspire you what you will become through this practice. Courageous, free, spacious, sane, calm, open. I will still have problems. I will still have to face difficult situations, but they will become like the wind and the waves for the kite surfer. Then you think about the person that doesn't, if you can, yeah, that doesn't like you. A person that is aggressive towards you. A person where you feel that, oof, whatever I do is wrong anyway. A person that makes you nervous. You're afraid of that person. It can be passive aggressive, like ignoring you, and, you know, sending these little arrows, which is full of criticism. Or it can be active aggression. So we start to understand this person has no choice. They don't train the mind. So if we see with ourselves, even with the mind training, we still get aggressive sometimes. So how about a person who doesn't do anything at all? They're driven by that negative mind, and they're suffering because of that. They get a bad reputation. They are not being liked. It's not good for their health to be aggressive. It's very difficult for me to respect that person because that person is aggressive. I start to see all these things that come with aggression. And then you think, may I experience the aggression? Let me have it. I can deal with it. Because what lies at the root, I know what lies at the root is the self-cherishing, and that one doesn't even exist the way that it appears. So in order for this person to be free from aggression, you forget about yourself. It's not about you. It's not whether you get the aggression or don't get it or whatever. You forget about yourself just for a little while. The other person becomes very important. May that person be free from that aggressive mind. You breathe it in the form of black smoke. You bring it down to your heart where the self-cherishing is sitting. That one who says, no, I don't deserve it. Let that other person have it. And you go, shut up, just for once, just be quiet. Let's try it out. What can happen? Nothing can happen. The person is not even here. You see, if the mind would be so powerful to bring on situations, we would all be millionaires and terribly healthy. Because that's what we're constantly planning. Shouldn't underestimate the power of the mind, but we should also not overestimate it. May that person be free from that aggression so that they can enjoy nature, food, entertainment, company of other people. And when you breathe out light and you give that person your ability to be happy, your ability to enjoy, your ability to be sane, calm, and stable. And we continue to do that for 10 minutes. If you get distracted, just come back to what you're doing. Breathing in all the bad stuff, the aggression of the person. Out, my ability to be happy, to have humor, to be calm, sane, and stable, to be open and peaceful. meditation with thoughts and words by saying, may you be free from this aggression. Let me take it away from you. Let me experience it. You breathe in. When you breathe out, again, just loving kindness. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be loving and peaceful. And you just visualize. You visualize the person changing. Maybe you've seen or you know that person when they are relaxed, so you know they can be relaxed. So you see them while they are laughing. Not laughing out of spite, but laughing out of spaciousness, happiness. Or you see them smiling. And again, we don't wait for a result. We're not waiting for them to stop being aggressive. We're just doing this practice for the sake of doing it. We do it, and then we drop it. Not waiting for gratitude, not having any hopes that we will be protected. So then you let that person fade away, and since you're still sitting in meditation, we can offer the food that we are about to eat. So we think all the delicacies on this planet, we offer it to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. We see how they receive it, and they send back a lot of light rays that inspire us and all other sentient beings, and we think, I'm offering this food on behalf of every hell being, every hungry ghost, every animal, every human, asura and suras, and I offer it for the short-term result that nobody needs to suffer in order to get food. Nobody needs to be killed, and nobody needs to kill. Nobody needs to steal or create other negativities. May everybody have free access to nourishment. May we see the food as nourishment and not as a source of happiness or pleasure. Pleasure, yes, but not as a source of happiness. May we be able to be really satisfied by the food and nourished instead of wanting more and more and more, and better, better, better. And may it not create allergies or addictions. Palame Sangye Rinpoche, Kyo Palame Damcho Rinpoche, Ten Palame Gedun Rinpoche, Kyatne Kancho Sona Chö Om Ahum Om Ahum. So please enjoy the food, because that is the thing. The more pure your mind is, the more free and spacious your mind is, then every food is okay. This is it. It's not the food, it's really the state of your mind. If you're angry or anxious or whatever, you can have the most delicious food, you won't taste it. Bon appetit. And I'll see you again at 2 o'clock, but please come back here at 1. So
the silence breaks now.
Yeah, you can break the non such things. But anyway, you can talk now. Whatever you want to say, you can say.